So I just want to share with you guys why I think Nutrisystem has been the biggest help as far as sustainable weight loss for me. I've tried a lot of different weight loss programs and extreme diets and, you know, just kind of yo-yo dieted. And every time I've lost weight, I've gained it back because I didn't really learn anything in the process of losing the weight. I just lost the weight and then I went right back to my unhealthy habits. So last year when I started using Nutrisystem, I lost 22 pounds. The first month was really fast weight loss. I lost a lot of weight pretty quickly. And then month 2 and 3 were much slower weight loss. But I stuck with it and in the process learned a lot of really important, valuable things about my relationship with food. But prior to that, I had lost almost 28 pounds on my own. It just took me a long time and it was like these spurts of weight loss, and then I would gain a few pounds back and lose a few pounds and then kind of plateau for a while, and then I would lose like 10 pounds. And so it just happened really slowly over the course of a couple of years. And I think once I decided I was really tired of making excuses about my weight loss and my health, I needed to find a program that was going to work for me, and I chose to do Nutrisystem. So I won't go into all that because I share a lot about this in a lot of other videos. You guys can go check those out, and I'll link some of those here at the end of the video as well, so you can find them pretty easy. But with Nutrisystem, I learned some really valuable, healthy habits that I didn't have before. And honestly, whether I lost another pound on Nutrisystem or not, which I have, by the way, these few things have been incredibly invaluable to me, and I'm so grateful for the way that they structure their program. One of the things I find incredibly helpful with Nutrisystem is that they really promote eating every few hours. They really don't suggest you go more than 4 hours without eating something. And to some people that may be really overwhelming. To me, that was a godsend because I was struggling not eating all day long. Like I would just not eat breakfast. I might eat a tiny little bit of something around lunchtime-ish if I got to it. And then by dinner time, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I am famished, just ready to eat the whole house. And I usually did eat everything I could possibly eat because I was trying to make up for those calories that I didn't eat earlier in the day. And my brain was using all this energy because I worked behind a computer and I had to use my brain to really think about and structure things and set up meetings and plan events and stuff like that. Our brain actually uses a ton of calories, and so I really wasn't feeding myself properly. And when I started Nutrisystem, I learned that I need to eat every 2 to 3 hours in order to keep my hunger levels at a really healthy place where I'm not just going into the next meal feeling like I'm never gonna get full or having to eat so fast because I am so hungry that I end up eating so much more than I should. So that has been a really great thing. I'm super glad Nutrisystem teaches to eat every 2 to 3 hours. And to me, it's not overwhelming. I don't find myself thinking about food all the time. I actually had somebody say that to me, like, I'm so sick of feeling like I have to think about my next meal or my next thing. I'm like, I feel like it's just pretty much done for you. I don't think you have to think a lot about it a lot. And if you guys watch any of the what I eat in a day videos, they're pretty simple. Like, I'm very simple. And once I find something that works for me, I tend to stick with it. So I don't feel the need to actually like reinvent the wheel or do anything crazy. I just eat almonds for my protein or string cheese for my protein. You know, I pick stuff that's super easy and I don't have to go cook a big, you know, meal if I don't want to. So I chose the Uniquely Yours Max plan because it just covered all of my meals for all 7 days. And the only thing I'm responsible for is making sure I have a Power Fuel mid-morning and a Power Fuel and a Smart Carb mid-afternoon. Everything else is totally taken care of for me. Another really helpful, healthy habit that I've learned with Nutrisystem is to drink enough water. I didn't realize how incredibly dehydrated I was until I started really paying attention to my water intake. I started drinking water a whole lot more once I started Nutrisystem because it was just part of the plan. And I'm the type of person where if you give me like a checklist of things to do, I'm gonna do them. So I had a checklist and I knew, check, I have to drink 64 ounces of water at least. And I'm also an overachiever, so 64 ounces was never quite enough. So I always felt like I have to beat that. I have to beat 64 ounces of water. And so I always tried to get at least 80 ounces of water because at that point I actually was 190 pounds, 194 pounds, something like that when I started Nutrisystem last spring. And I wasn't really in the healthy habit of drinking water. And I knew that I needed to drink at least half my body weight in ounces of water every day. And I was definitely not even close prior to starting Nutrisystem. So going on Nutrisystem again this round to just lose these few little pounds that I wanted to lose here at the end of my healthy weight goal. And I have to be reminded again, like, hey, you're not drinking enough water. I'm really grateful that it's helped me create the habit of drinking more water and getting creative with drinking more water and learning that I do feel better. I can think better, I can move better, my back feels better, my joints feel better when I'm drinking enough water, and I can lose weight a little easier that way too. So that's helpful. Okay, and the very last incredibly helpful thing that Nutrisystem has done for me to maintain my healthy weight loss long term has been to teach me proper portion sizes. I've talked with a lot of you guys that have just commented on my videos. I love chatting with people in the comment section. It's really fun. And some of you even reach out to me on Instagram, and I love talking to you there too. Some of you have said that you save the little portion containers that the Nutrisystem food comes in and use those later to help you continue learning healthy portion sizes even after you're done with Nutrisystem. And I think that is genius, incredibly genius thing to do. So good for you. But Nutrisystem's really taught me I was eating a whole lot more than I needed, and I really didn't need to eat that much food to feel satisfied. I really could feel satisfied on a whole lot less than I thought. And if I'm not completely satisfied with my main dish, then I just need to add a couple more servings of vegetables, which has happened a few times because I might be like overly active one day and just feel famished, you know, still when it's mealtime. And I know that's because I've either skipped my power fuel in the morning, I forgot to drink my water at midday, something weird happened in between, and then I'm like, okay, I'm really hungry. I need to just eat this whole bag of frozen vegetables, not just 2 cups or a cup of it. So I feel like there's times when I still want to eat a lot of food because I do tend to want to eat a lot of food. I love to eat, actually. It's just fun. I just like to eat food. But there is still times when I feel like that overwhelming urge to just keep eating, like I just want to eat. So I've just learned to bulk eat healthy foods versus bulk eating chips and then ice cream and then cake and then peanuts and then anything else that is not good for me in the house. Goodness. So I've just started to look to things like grabbing sugar snap peas or baby carrots, or if I really just need something hot, I'll just heat up a whole bag of veggies and eat that. And also I'm learning to listen to my body. So if I just feel like I need a little extra energy, I need just a little something, I'm okay with grabbing an extra portion of protein for the day, or, you know, reaching to make sure I have my healthy fat. If I haven't had that in for the day, I can feel that. Like I need to go find my avocado or find my olives or find some olive oil and make sure that I'm creating a healthy salad and putting that over the top. I just try to give my body permission to eat what it needs to eat, but to choose better options. So portion control is really helpful when it comes to like, hey, I really don't need to eat 3 plates of spaghetti or even 1 huge plate of spaghetti, which was more accurate. I didn't ever eat 3, but the 1 plate I would get of spaghetti would be really large. And I just didn't realize, like, oh gosh, I was eating a lot and didn't even know. So I don't really need all that. I can just have a regular sized portion of spaghetti and huge salad if I wanted, and a side of vegetables if I wanted, or I could mix veggies into my spaghetti, or there's so many different fun ways, you know, I can get more healthy foods in and still feel like I'm eating so much, but I'm just not eating so much of the foods that are sticking to my waist, you know. So those are the few things that I feel like Nutrisystem has really helped me with, and I will tell anyone any day, Nutrisystem is a great plan for losing weight. It is not a fast plan for losing weight though. It will take time, and a lot of us want things done so fast. We're used to the diet mentality where it's, you're gonna go on this diet and you're gonna lose 12 pounds in a day. Yeah, I guess you can find those. They're out there. You could starve yourself. You could do all those things. They're not healthy, but Nutrisystem is really a great way to kind of give yourself like a mental reset and to shift into healthier habits, healthier eating patterns, and healthier mindsets. So I really went on this journey of being healthy from the inside out because I already was 100% on board with like getting my mind right, but my body was just not priority. So I decided I needed to get like things in order and make that a priority. So that's why I chose Nutrisystem. But I do want to just say, you guys, I do not believe eating a bunch of processed food for the rest of your life is a good idea. I think that Nutrisystem is good for a season to help you maybe get over that hump like I was talking about earlier, like your plateau, and then, you know, give your body just a little bit of time to reset and kind of fall into a new rhythm. And then once you find that rhythm, go ahead and swap to eating healthy foods, but give yourself time. And if you need to seek, you know, therapy or counseling or coaches or so many other things that are going to help you when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to the way you look at food, and maybe some things that are causing issues in your life. Like if you're afraid to quit doing Nutrisystem because you're afraid you're going to go back to your old ways or something like that, maybe just reach out for some help and talk to somebody about those things. Don't keep them all to yourself, because eventually you are going to quit Nutrisystem and go back to your own ways if you don't have a system in place to fall back on whenever you do quit doing Nutrisystem. And now you're left to your own devices, basically, to prepare your own food and to make sure you're doing your own thing. Especially if you're somebody like me who loves to have a checklist, and then you stop doing Nutrisystem and you're like, well, now what? I don't have a checklist. Nobody's telling me what I should eat. I really had to figure some things out after I quit my first round of Nutrisystem, and I'm so glad I did figure some things out to keep that weight off so I didn't go back. So if you're interested in trying Nutrisystem for yourself, there's lots of different plans. They have like basic plans all the way to like your most expensive plan, and everything in between. So you guys can find plans for vegans, there's plans for diabetics, there's all kinds of different plans. And I'll put a code in the description below for you guys to save 50% off any of the Nutrisystem plans that you choose. So you guys go check that link out and share it with your friends if you think that they could benefit from it. You guys could share it on your social medias, you could share it wherever you want. I'm super grateful that I actually have that code so I can give it to you guys. So that's it for today, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and do that while you're hanging out with me, and let me know that you're a new subscriber in the comment section below, and say hello to our awesome Healthy from the Inside Out community. So you guys have a great week. Bye.
Say something meaningful, say something I don't know.